Hi everyone, it's Ron here at Simmod Lens. Today we're going to modify the Canon NFD 24f2 to EF using the Edmika Simmod Lens Conversion Kit. First and foremost, we have to remove 3 screws that are along the side here in order to remove this silver ring. So using a JIS screwdriver, simply remove the 3 screws. The kit that we will be using today is the DCG, the Dampen Controlled Gear Kit, for this lens, which means that we are replacing the aperture ring for a new dampened ring. Once those 3 screws are removed, this ring just pops off. You will have to pry it a little bit out, and that just comes off like so. Once that comes off, this whole native part comes right off as well. Once you have that part removed, we want to take out these 4 screws that are holding in the native mount. And we want to be careful not to lose these screws, because we will need those 4 screws to be used again once we replace the native mount with the EF mount. So once those 4 screws are removed, this ring basically comes right off like so. We're going to remove this plastic gasket, comes right off, and then from there we're able to remove the entire aperture ring, which should just come right off like so. Once the aperture ring is removed, we can go ahead and clean out this area to make sure there's no lubricant or grease. So we'll go ahead and do that. Once we have most of that old grease removed, we're going to use our own grease to further dampen the aperture. So just a light amount of grease goes onto that area. And we do recommend our super secret grease for proper dampening, and using a light brush to apply. Okay, once we have the lens properly re-greased with our dampen controlled gear, we want to open up the package that was sent with the kit. Here we have the DCG unit, the dampen controlled gear, which will replace the native aperture ring that we've already removed. And with the kit also comes with the brass EF mount, along with shims to calibrate focus calibration. What we want to do is take note of this tab here that's on the DCG, and we need to align that tab with this goalpost like so. So that goalpost, when we move the ring left to right, controls the aperture. So we're going to align the tab that I've mentioned earlier from the DCG and insert that tab into the goalpost that we just discussed, like so. Once we have that in, we're able to control the aperture very smoothly. We want to make sure that it's aligned properly and it's settled in its place, and you have full aperture control. Once that is in, it's very simple. You take the brass EF mount, align the holes, and reinstall the screws that you removed earlier. Infinity focus calibration is not required on NFD lenses. You will get infinity if your lens was hitting infinity before the calibration. The shims are provided if you need to fine-tune that and make sure your markings are accurate. Usually it's used by professional lens techs, but it's there for you if you want to apply those shims as well, just as a courtesy. So the 4 screws that we removed earlier are being reinstalled. And there we have it, a fully converted Canon NFD 24f2 converted to EF with a dampen controlled gear. We'll also install the follow focus ring. This follow focus barrel measures just under 62 mil. Let's say 62. So what we've done is use a size small, and we've taken a 62 millimeter rubber insert and installed it into the groove of the follow focus gear. We'll install a cap onto this lens. Before we do that, we set the lens to infinity before applying any pressure, and we simply install the focus gear. Now this focus gear feels a bit too loose for a 62 mil, so what I'm going to do is show you how we shim it. We take out the rubber insert. Each set of follow focus gear comes with some shimming tape. So we're going to apply a layer of shim tape into the channel of the follow focus gear. Simply take a strand of the tape and you're going to apply that layer of shim tape inside the channel where you would install the rubber insert. And that layer of tape should allow me to close up on that gap. We'll reinstall the rubber insert into the channel, and we'll try it again. I can already tell that it's more stiff now, it's more firm, and it's a tighter fit. And there we have it.